Welcome everyone, we are the Grin brothers and we are continuing our playthrough of Project Zero Maiden of Blackwater.
Hi.
Oh, cool. My cold's mostly cleared up now, so aside from a bit of a cough I've still got.
Shadowborn?
Yes.
Sound like Dragonborn? But...
Oh, thank gosh, I thought you were going to make another Bloodborne reference again.
I've been referencing Bloodborne.
You referenced Bloodborne a lot. The moment Shiraki appeared, you kept on referencing the white-haired girl. I mean, the whole door level was filled with you referencing Bloodborne.
Well, yeah, you can't blame me. Really?
This game came out before Bloodborne. I think, actually, when was Bloodborne out? 2014, wasn't it?
No.
Late or early 2014?
I don't know.
Oh, no, maybe it's 2015. I can't remember. When did the PS4 become relevant?
When did it?
Well, it's selling, so it must be... Oh, yeah, by the way, I heard a comment from Game recently. You may be able to clarify this. I didn't read in depth to it, but they were thanking Nintendo for being a consistent and well-stocked...
With what?
Nintendo Switch.
The Switch is...
And Switch stuff.
We've got it in supply now. Initial launch, no.
Yeah. So Miyu has not been deterred from her first experience of admittedly going to Spooky Mountain without a camera, and is going to the mountain to find her mother again, who she hasn't met since she was like 3.
Yeah, I've never...
Does that remind you of someone?
I've never understood those kind of plots. It's like... Yeah, 'cause this isn't dangerous, stealing someone else's camera.
In fact, I don't think any time has really passed since they got back. It's like, you know, they got back and it's like, let's go already.
Yeah. Just...
You know, Miyu is very determined. Then again, because she didn't have a mother, she's apparently felt empty her whole life.
Doesn't Miku have her own camera obscura? The mother.
She should do, but I'm not sure what happened to it. I know Miku was a part of Project 03, but it was a friend of hers who was basically the family who was taking care of her. Because basically, her brother Mafuyu was friends with 2 people in college. And they basically were the paranormal fan club sort of thing. And one of those guys married a woman who is probably a distant cousin to Hizoka, because her last name's also Kurosawa.
My family had one too, but all that's left of it now is the case.
Yeah, they do make mention of it, so I'm not sure where it's gone.
Is that why my mother was spirited away? Because she used a camera obscura?
Maybe your mother took the camera obscura with her.
Well, from what I know, people who use the camera obscura, the ghosts don't tend to like them afterwards.
Yeah, but the ghosts are dead.
Most of them, yeah. But I'm pretty sure they have some Snapchat sort of thing. You just read through... now, even Miyu... Well, I'd say, Miyu, how dare you read through Yuri's journal, but you're stealing stuff from her, so... I think the reading through the journal is kind of just part of the course.
Okay if you never get caught.
Open the door. It's just like Ren there.
Hey,
I'm back!
We're all living in the same house at the moment, so... Hi!
So I found Rui. Things are getting messed up.
Again. Hey, I actually got the picture.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I kind of thought it was going to sucker punch you there as well, but...
I thought I was going to get in a fight. Right. Gamepad is more important than the team.
Yeah, they were friends, and then one of them married a Kurosawa woman. And then, of course, the events of the first game happened, and Mafuyu, as part of his sort of promise, was that, look, if anything happens to me, will you, my dude friend, take care of my sister for me? And of course, non-spoiler really, unless you played the Xbox version and got the super good happy ending, things happen to Mafuyu. So Miku basically got sort of fostered by his friend and friend's wife. And the start of Project 03 is basically said friend gets in a car accident and dies, leaving the wife to take care of the.
Could you imagine?
Take care of the girl Miku in this case that she didn't really know about. And from sounds of it, it seems like Miku dumps Miyu on her as well. It's like, dear gosh, this is a poor woman. You just mean people dumped on you repeatedly.
You ready for me to get the living hell beaten out of me?
Yeah, it's more than likely.
Or not, I guess.
Yeah. Miyu doesn't really do much per se. I think it would have been interesting if Miyu did have her own camera and that way had the first sort of part as playable, prologue playable.
Yeah.
But this is basically Miyu basically only has 2 levels.
Which sucks.
Then she's got the small clip of the prologue and she's got the tiniest scene in the final
You know what would have been cool?
level. What?
Getting to play as
His
Ren's friend that died.
Oh! You mean the one with the psychic powers?
Yeah, psychic powers, but you don't have a camera, so you have to.
Well, it would have been like the Ayane things. Ayane has ninjutsu, so she's able to use a stun thing on them,
Yeah.
and her whole thing is stealth and sort of running away.
Grin, how do you stealth against a ghost that just spawns out of thin air?
I don't know, ninjas.
That's a valid argument. I didn't really think of that. And do you know who else are ninjas?
I really wish the All-Stars game, Koei Tecmo All-Stars game would come to the Switch, because then we could actually have a Project Zero character in it, because of Nintendo's co-ownership of the IP.
Yeah.
That's why none of the characters were in it. Yeah, what was that, ninjas?
Oh, I was going to say, do you know what other game has ninjas in it? Senran and Kagura Peach Splash.
So you watched the Jesse Cox video on that, I see.
Yeah, it's quite possibly one of the most shameless games I've ever seen in anime.
Raph, that's the entire Senran Kagura series. You're not even going to see what it was? It could have been a UK enemy.
No, I know what enemy it was. I saw him. Because I saw him walk up
So
to
a generic one. It wasn't.
Yeah.
So you didn't just get slapped aside with a tool lady all of a sudden.
On top of that, I just couldn't be bothered to stop running.
Mm. Yeah, this counts as a run. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Right, where are we going? Oh. Yeah, that's a good picture, sure.
It's funny how Miku's basic sort of clothing style has not changed all these years.
Yeah, a bit weird.
It's a different outfit. You can tell from some of the sort of details, but it's the same basic sort of theme. White shirt, black skirt. It's just being consistent with her. And Miyu even does the similar sort of thing, though noticeably shorter.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's 2 of them here.
Yeah, I know. Equip the...
Did it just freeze up the air on your side?
It just wouldn't equip the camera.
Ah. So let's see. I've got a few things I can talk about. Now it might be a little bit tricky because I've got to go
Okay,
through
so why can't I... Alright, give me a sec.
Is it jamming up?
With that sign I can shoot. There we go, now it's doing it. Can I dodge fireballs? No.
You're not using the more expensive film, are you?
Oh, apparently I am.
Okay, that would explain why then. Didn't finish loading. Apparently you dodged something there just by walking. It's like, red flashes! Oh no, you're in trouble! You're in trouble! Yeah, there's no point using expensive film on these guys because you have to repeatedly shoot their staff so much. It's a shame you don't fight many of these with Ren, because his multi-camera shot would just plough through them. Except ironically, the one moment you did encounter him was Ren, they apparently disappeared through the walls.
There we go. I can actually hit the goddamn candles they set up now.
Was it just because you were using expensive film?
No, it's because I don't have any range, apparently.
Oh. Well, I guess one thing to talk about. I need some help figuring something out, Rafi. And it's going to be a little tricky because, you know, I don't want our sort of locations sort of named here. At least the location of where we are specifically. But I'm trying to figure something out. You see, in regards to our village, we are within a decent access to doctors and doctors. So medical sort of treatment is, we've got decent access to it. And we have a church. Now, these are 2 of the 6 categories required, meaning all 6, required to classify as a medium-sized village. Now, would this consider our village to be medium-sized village then?
Oh.
I am a really poor shot.
BAM! That should.
You know?
No, our village is not medium sized.
Well, apparently...
Wait. Oh, the other one died as well. Okay.
I can't live with my friends! Well, apparently...
Well, that fight was a load of shit.
According to the recent housing plan, our village, despite only meeting 2 of the requirements, counts as a medium-sized village. A village with a total amount of houses of 360. Which only has a church and close enough access to the doctors. Apparently, if the doctors do move where the doctors are looking to open up their new surgeries...
The doctors in...
I was trying to avoid names here, Raph.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just... you can snip that out. The doctors are in close enough access to us. Things like within at least 2 miles or something. But apparently if the doctors want to move where they apparently want to move a new building to where Silverwing lives...
Yeah.
If it moves there, it'll no longer be in range. So our village will have only one thing, which is a category of being a medium-sized village, which is apparently needs all 6. But apparently the new housing plan from the council, not our council, but the county council, which we won't name, have listed us as a medium-sized village. Then after that, a nice little graph was brought for housing plans of medium-sized villages. The average amount of houses being built per 100 people for a medium-sized village is 5 new houses for every 100 people.
Okay.
So, if that was for our village, that would be 15 new houses being built within the next... I'd say 20 years, but I think it's now the next 15 years because it's a while since the housing plan was initially decided. Our village is apparently being sort of like they're wanting to build 20 houses for every 100 people.
Right.
Has been built in the previous sort of years.
Okay.
Which is actually the most amount for any medium-sized village.
Oh. But we're not a medium-sized village.
I know, but apparently we're counted as. In regards to what areas are okay to build upon, 2 areas that in the last housing plan were ruled out as being unsuitable for development have been ruled suitable for development, which the question as to whether it's suitable for development was asked by the land developers.
Huh. Not like they can have to be biased.
Yeah. Like, they asked the business park people, is it suitable for expansion? And the business park people said, yeah, our business park is totally suited for expansion. You know that absolutely stupid mini roundabout that would destroy the business of both our forge and our pub?
Yeah.
The business park were like, yeah, that's perfectly acceptable.
but it is.
And so they said with the housing plan, yeah, we'll consider that.
That's incredibly
And the person who wants to basically, who owns our very special infield field, which we've been able to place under conservation status because of biodiversity,
biodiversity?
Yeah, flowers.
Oh.
Flowers and wildlife. We have a lot of the newts and insects there. There's also ducks as well, which occasionally pop there. It's why we occasionally have the ducks wandering around.
Okay.
Yeah, they asked that the owner of that land, is it suitable? And it's like, it's perfectly suitable. Now hand me the money.
Yeah. I wonder how that happened.
The last night's conservation group meeting was interesting to say.
I can imagine.
Because, they're apparently this new housing plan basically ignores everything. And that town that we didn't mention the name of, which is right next to us?
No.
The area, the area close to them is basically behind our church.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that has been ruled unacceptable because it's a strong boundary to stop our village encroaching on that town. But if the town encroaches on the village from the opposite direction, that's okay. There's no boundary there.
How come?
Because there isn't for some reason.
But...
And so we have no hard boundaries, but the other town does.
That's not how a boundary works.
Also, the reason why we're getting more houses built? You want to know the reason why?
Why?
Because our village is a perfect place for job opportunities for the village and the town next over. There is plenty of employment for us. That way, they don't need to worry about roads because there won't be much traffic because people won't be driving elsewhere. It'll be to that town.
What jobs?
I know! You remember the little gift store that child who made the book series opened up? Well, that closed within 6 months and it got replaced by a charity shop. Then the charity shop had to close because the tax in the town is too high for anything other than the big chains to open up in.
In our village, I'll cut out the siren because it's annoying. So, in our village, in the time that I've known it to exist, which is the time I have existed, we had a shop.
Yep. That's one of the requirements for being a middle class.
Which shut down.
We had a shop and post office, both things required to be a medium-sized village, but both of those are gone now.
Yeah, we dealt with the shop. It used to be where we live, and it isn't. I didn't even know we had a post office, so that explains that. We had 2 pubs.
Yeah, that's also, of course, that makes sense for England. One of the requirements for a medium-sized village is having a pub.
One of those pubs shut down to apparently become I think originally it was supposed to be a breakfast in bed. All I've ever seen is sheep there, so...
They do raise sheep, so that they get income from that way. Primarily the big thing going for it is that they've allowed the conservation group to go there and investigate the mound for archaeological finds.
Okay.
It's like when we find that boar skeleton.
And the other pub would no longer have parking if the mini roundabout got built.
Yep.
With
Which would also destroy the forge.
Run by an independent person who doesn't hire. I
believe he does apprentices, does what's the school thing? Work experience.
We do have an alpaca farm nearby.
We have a couple. We have at least
Within
a couple plus
walking
farms.
distance, except there's no path leading to it.
We have a few farms.
We have another farm. Don't know if the other farm hires people.
Well, there's one by the church, does sheep, and there's one inside which does sheep.
Yeah, because there's the and we've got 2 retirement homes.
Yes.
I guess they hire people.
We have a business park, but I've never been up there.
I don't think there's anything in the business park.
Apparently people work there because they want to expand it. They want a big build room on it for a car park.
I've not even seen...
to accommodate more people, that's why they want the mini roundabout built.
I've not even seen a building there. It's just an empty field, isn't it?
No, there is a building, but you're not allowed through the gates.
Hold on a sec.
So it's just so far, and it's so far along.
Hold on a sec, I'm getting this up on Google Maps. I know I should be playing a game right now, but...
That's the name.
I don't even know what that says.
Vitali. Well, I might as well say the name of the place, Vitalagraph.
I got a feeling there's more than one Vitalagraph in existence.
Yeah, but you can Google the thing without saying... But yeah, on the comment in regards to jobs though, the person who was showcasing this presentation did a little study on the job employment, because they also said that in regards to the things, along with people going to our town, they'd also stretch up for jobs for at least 3 miles up north. 50% of all jobs within our village and the town next to us go south. 25% go to Milton Keynes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have to go.
Some are employed, then the rest, the remaining 25%, are in our area or unemployed. And given our village has... We've got 360 houses, and I'm pretty sure like a good 130 of them are retired people. Or people in their sort of 50s plus.
Yeah. Our village is the place you go to die. We have a graveyard and 2 retirement homes.
Which that is the main reason that we shouldn't build behind the church. We need room for the graveyard!
That's right.
Unsurprisingly, I am the youngest person in the conservation group.
Satellite.
So it was very hard when it came to like all these comments about retired people. It's like I could make a comment.
Apparently there is a building.
Yes, it's so far up you can't see it. I mean, I just knew the place.
A very, very low polygon building. The textures are awful. Jesus.
But yeah, that was the conservation meeting last night.
I just want to do road view. Let me zoom in. And preferably upgrade the textures.
Also, the people who want to build on our lovely inside lane, which we've been protecting, which is a conservation group area that we've protected and have under conservation rights, but it's owned by a guy who lives up in Scotland and owns like 4 or 5 different properties.
Yeah.
The people who are currently wanting to build on it are the Bowls Club from the town over, because they're tired of, they don't think they're in a good area, so they plan to sell the club, and they want to build a house. They want to build a clubhouse on that field. Apparently, it was originally dismissed they'd be able to do that because of flooding. Apparently, they've been said that they're allowed to do that if they build the clubhouse on stilts.
Yeah, stilts is an old school method of stopping flooding.
By the way, we're 23 minutes in, so let's end the episode.
Yeah, I just kind of sat there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking, so I needed to express my anger to someone.
Yeah, that's fair.
On the plus side, the only good thing really that happened out of it is that they seem to like my recommendation for where we can put these cultivated daffodils. Like they said, the person who came out said, "I've got a bunch of cultivated daffodils," and they were like, "We could put it in the inside field," but then he was like, "But then the rest of us were like, yeah, but we've been encouraging that protecting the inside field based off wildlife flowers, not cultivated." So that might mix it up. But no, the little triangle before the old folks' home in the church? To walk to the church, you've got that little triangle thing,
yeah.
and it's got the sign on it. I said, why not there? Because they wanted it as we enter the village, and tons of people go down that church lane, which is terribly dangerous, and you'd think people would have died there, but no one has.
Because it's a shortcut.
Which no one has any speed limit on.
Well, it's supposed to... It's apparently a 60 road, but... If you
You'd
drove
fly!
up there, you'd be dead!
You'd fly over the hill!
It's not even just that it's bumpy with the turnings on it. You just drive straight through the hedge.
Yeah. So thank you.
Luckily, though, there's a grave right next to it.
Thank you for letting me give that release.
That's fine.
Okay. So, cheer, everyone!
Bye.